Okay, let us begin with the 29th question. So white light is incident normally, okay, let me start the timer, right. So white light is incident normally on a separate diffraction gratings X and Y. There are two diffraction gratings X and Y over here. Y has a greater number of lines per meter than X, which means what? It says number of lines Ny is greater than Nx. Okay, so you have Nx like this and Ny closer like this. Okay. So adjacent slits in the gratings are, okay, now three statements about differences between X and Y are given. Okay, now if you see, distance between every line is much farther in X as compared to this, which means what? Adjacent slits in the gratings are farther apart for X, which means what? They are farther away as compared to Y. So therefore, answer A is correct. Okay. The angle between red and blue lights, when light is incident onto a grating, so it's incident onto a grating, so this is the wall. So then what happens? There is a diffraction which is being seen here. It goes like this over here. It goes like this over here. Okay, so as we know, this will be a red, this will be a violet over here. Okay, and then, so it says the angle between the red and blue light in the spectral order. So he is asking you the difference between, oh, we are already past 1 minute. Anyway, let us continue, right? Okay. Okay, so this angle is in spectral order is greater than X. Let me call this as some delta theta. Delta theta is greater in X as compared to delta theta in Y. This is what he is asked. Now let us try to solve this. We know that for a diffraction grating, d sin theta is equal to m lambda. For, let me consider first order diffraction, so m becomes 1. So therefore you get d sin theta. If the angle is very small, I can put this as d theta is equal to lambda, and thus for a value of d over here, now let me say for violet and red, it is d theta v and d theta r. Okay, so d theta v minus d theta r, or maybe I take d theta r minus d theta v is equal to lambda r minus lambda v. Basically what I have done is I take the differences between the thetas over here, or in other words, I have this, I will call this delta theta. Delta theta is equal to delta lambda divided by t. Now as you see, delta theta is proportional to delta lambda. Lambda anyway is constant, right? R and V values of lambda are not going to change. Red and violet lambdas are not changing. But d is now dependent. So if I take delta theta of x, this will be proportional to 1 by dx, and delta theta of y will be proportional to 1 by dy. Bear with me, this takes some time. So therefore, now you see, since dx, where is this? What is dx? Deviation. Okay, now we also know from here d sin theta equal to m lambda, and then we know that what is d here? D is nothing but the distance between the two slits. We already got distance between the two slits is smaller over here. I'll write here as dy is less than dx. How do I get here? Because you see, this tracing is much lesser. Dy is less than dx. If dy is less than dx, which means what does it tell you? Which means 1 by dy is greater than 1 by dx. Or in other words, delta theta y is greater than delta theta x. Now let us look at the solution. What does it say? Delta theta y. So what is it is being asked? Delta theta x is greater than delta theta y. So therefore option B is also incorrect. Now you see, it should be 1 and 2, 1 and 2, no. 1 and 3 could be 2 and 3, no. 1, 2 and 3, no. So therefore this answer is the right one. So B is the right one over here. So now total number of visible orders, if you want to prove this also, you can do it like this. Total number of visible orders is greater than for x than for y. Which means what? Number of orders that you see here is greater for x than for y. So what does it tell you? That as the value of the spread, now you see the spread, what happens to the spread over here? Delta theta y is lesser. So therefore this also is correct. So therefore thus you see this is also correct. So answer B is the correct answer. Okay, let us move on to the 30th question.